Good evening, guys. Sakafusu here, your personal data analyst. Let's take a look at Gameweek 4. We're currently in the international break, so we have plenty of time. In this video, we will go through the stats of all the players who have featured in the Premier League during the first 3 game weeks. We will focus on the FPL related metrics and see how many points these players would gather if they were to sustain these numbers for the rest of the season. In essence, we will find out which players had the strongest statistical output in the categories that matter most to us. Let's start with my own team, which I manage based on my model. Game week 3 didn't go very well, only 43 points, with most of my players underperforming. That leaves me at 570k in the overall ranking. But as you will see from the data later, it's far too early for conclusions. I haven't made a transfer yet. I have 3 free transfers, and most likely I won't use them unless I have to. I will save up 4 because my strategy this season is to gather as much data as possible early on so I can make safer decisions later. On the fantasy website, you can see my current team, still unchanged. The bench is very weak by design. I went for 11 strong starters and basically no serious backups. A couple of issues though. Cunha and Sar are flagged with injuries. We will see after the international break how serious they are. If Sar really has a grade 2 muscle tear, he will be out 4 to 6 weeks and definitely miss the next game week, meaning I will need to transfer him out. Later in the video, we will check which midfielders are the best replacements. Now, let's dive into the stats, starting with goalkeepers. They earn FPL points mainly from saves and clean sheets. In this chart, the x-axis shows saves, the y-axis shows expected goals conceded. The lower the XGC, the fewer chances conceded. At the very bottom, we see Pope from Newcastle, who allowed only 0.5 expected goals conceded per game across 3 matches. Very low, confirming Newcastle's defense as to be the best so far. Also low are Raya and Sanchez from Arsenal and Chelsea. As for saves, Vicario leads the pack. Converting these metrics into expected FPL points, Pope comes out on top with 4.76 points per game if he maintains this level, making him both the best goalkeeper and the best value for money goalkeeper right now. Next, defenders. This is trickier since their points come from multiple sources: goals, assists, clean sheets, defensive contributions, and minutes played. On the chart, the x-axis combines expected goals and expected assists per 90. The further right, the more attacking threat. We see Timber and Calafiori extremely high, with over 0.5 expected returns per 90, though clearly unsustainable with such a small sample. On the defensive side, Newcastle again dominate, with Sarr showing the lowest expected goals conceded. Green dots on the chart mark defenders with strong defensive contributions, like Ballard and Anderson. Combining all metrics, Timber and Calafiori top the expected points table, though their attacking numbers are inflated. More sustainable options include Sabola, Senesi, and Van Dijk. Still, with defenders, the 3 game sample is too small to be reliable. Moving on to midfielders. Here we see expected goals per 90, expected assists per 90, defensive contributions, and minutes. Farthest right is Gordon, then Sarr from Crystal Palace, and Semenyo. Semenyo's price rise from 7 to 7.4 looked justified given his performance, his nailed-on role, and his consistent attacking threat. Another interesting option under the radar is Burnley's Adoni, who could be a budget differential. For expected assists per 90, Cherki and Grealish are top, though both of them with limited minutes. Colored dots again indicate defensive work. Gordon, Sarr, and Semenyo are high threat but low defense, while others like Ahmad and Tavernier are the opposite. Bold names mark penalty takers: Bruno Fernandes, Paqueta, Enzo, etc. Importantly, the numbers shown exclude penalties, so actual upside is higher for these players. For example, Bruno looks poor on expected goals per 90, but penalties boost his expected FPL points significantly. The table shows Estevao leading, though his minutes at Chelsea are uncertain. Next is Sarr, but he's likely injured. Then comes Semenyo, currently my top choice. If I can't afford him, good budget replacements around 6.5 are Anthony or Dango Atara, with Dango the safer pick given last season consistency. Mbemo and Bruno are also high, with Bruno's value largely boosted by penalties and defensive actions, even though his expected goal per 90 is very low. Finally, strikers. They score points mainly from goals and to a lesser extent assists. On the chart, with expected goals per 90, Haaland is in a league of his own, far ahead of everyone, at around 1.4 expected goals per 90 without even including penalties. Excluding him, Wood from Nottingham Forest, Ekitike from Liverpool, and Joao Pedro stand out. In the expected points table, Haaland is again miles ahead at 10 points per game. Behind him is Welbeck, who I would personally avoid due to rotation risk. Joao Pedro looks excellent, versatile, and secure for minutes, making him my top non-Haaland forward pick. Gyökeres has disappointed despite his penalty goal and is overpriced at 9.0. Watkins also looks poor value at 8.9. So, how does this affect my team planning? Defenders, I will leave them as they are until wildcard. Too early and low ceiling. The real issue is midfield with Sarr likely injured. Option 1. A straight swap to Dango. Option 2. Use multiple free transfers, sell Jokers as well, and bring in Joao Pedro. That would leave me some money in the bank and improve squad depth. However, it would mean 4 or 5 transfers, which I'm not willing to pay hits for this early. So, most likely, I will just replace Sar with Dango and hold the rest. Looking further ahead, Salah is underwhelming statistically so far. In the long run, I would prefer to downgrade him and bring Haaland, because realistically it's impossible to build a strong team with both of them. One of them has to go. And as captaincy is the key value of a premium, Haaland is the one to own. Probably around game week 6, when City's fixture is, I will sit Salah to Haaland, maybe using wildcard if needed. That's it for Game Week 4. Take screenshots of the tables, they will help you with planning. Remember, 3 games is a very small sample, so don't panic. Players like Timber or Calafiori are not suddenly better than Salah. It's just variance. Thanks for watching, leave a like, drop any questions in the comments, and good luck with your teams.